it's helpful to maybe make this doily rotate a bit so that the hearts are going to be cut evenly where I want them to. So I'm going to cut this doily in half so I can make a card edge. If it goes through, if I had an even number of hearts, I could maybe get this perfectly a straight line. I'm lining up the center to a grid line as best I can. And I'm going to take, it's not perfect, but it will do. I'm going to take the eraser tool and using a 0.25 millimeters, I'm going to hold the control key to keep it straight. Click at the top on the line and drag through on the line to the bottom. And then I can separate it by clicking on the split. So now I have two pieces of a doily. Now these pieces of doily can make up a right and left side of a gatefold card, which might be nice. So to make that card, again, I'm going to use the square, Control Shift and drag, because I might need another one somewhere along the line. I'm going to make this card, first I'm going to make this card 5.5 inches, no, 4.25 inches wide, tab, and 5.5 inches tall, and press enter. So this is the size of my card, and I'm going to need to resize these pieces also to 5.5 inches tall with the gold lock icon on, so 5.5 and enter. And then these will line up with the edges. And if they're not perfectly straight, then I can straighten them a little bit. Like that one's a little crooked, just grabbing the corner. So what I want to do is left click and hold shift and click the card, and right click, align and space, align and edge right to get this edge of the card to line up perfectly with this. Then I'm going to click this left side and the card, right click, align and space, and do edge left to line up that left. So now I will also need score lines so I could fold this card. So I'm going to click on this shape here, hold Control Shift and click so I have an extra one, and send that to the layer on top because that's going to be my score line. So I'm going to hide it right now, and I'm going to see if I can weld this together. Didn't quite get it, so I'm going to undo. Before I weld, I really would like to make copies of these, so Control Shift click just in case I need them. This one needed to be a little bit more to the right, so I'm going to tap, tap, tap my right arrow key and then select them all and weld. And now it looks like it's welded fine. I'm going to check the size of this. You see the width is a little bit too wide. It should be 8.5. So I'm going to make this a green thing. I'm going to make the width 8.5. I should have done this first. I think I will do this first. I'm going to undo my welds because this plus this should be 4.25. So this should be 2.125 wide. So it's a little bit too wide. I don't want to change the base size of my card. So this one also 2.125. Distorts the hearts a little bit to do that, so there's probably a better solution. So in case you missed it, to align these two, I'm first going to type T to align them to the top. And right click, align in space, align, edge left. And this one is top. And align in space and edge right. Let's see if they work. Not quite. So weld it. And now I can open up the layer that I had for my score line and click on the top line to select it with this second arrow and then hit delete. And that creates the score lines for me, so I'll make them dashed. And then this can be decorated as you like. So there's two different ways of adding your border to a card, this being a regular A2 fold and this one being a gatefold card. And I'll show you the pictures of my finished cards again, which are here. So there's the gatefold one with the lattice and the rhinestone holes cut out and the border edge. And then here's the gatefold kind of open right there. These center pieces meet when they're folded flat. So the now this, I just thought it would be fun to make a, oh, I know why that circle was wrong, because I made a square card out of this instead of a A2. Well, this one right now is an A2, but if I undo all of that and I use my original circles, I actually can make this into a 5.5 by a 5.5. Again, it's your design. You can do what you want. And then it'll fit better. So this should be a little better fit. So I think I made them a 6-inch card, but you can make them whatever size you want and make sure the score lines duplicate the center of the card in order to duplicate it. So then you don't distort the pieces here. So you would decide before you slice that thing in half what its ending size is going to be, and then it won't be distorted.